The only one that was in the store. So like any mascara that I try definitely has their work cut out for them. I generally thought that this was the only type of powder that they sold. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. So in today's video I'm going to be testing out some new drugstore products. Not all of these are brand new, some of these have been out for absolute months. The majority of the makeup that I wanted to try today was the Kind and Free collection from Rimmel, because as you can tell, or if you've watched my other videos, you know that I am a frequent sufferer for acne. And so I always like to test out new products just to see how it reacts with my skin. And this collection is said to be kind and free of added mineral oils, added perfumes, added fragrances, and it's also said to be perfect for sensitive skin. So anyways, that's what we're going to be doing in today's video. I'm just going to be testing out the Kind of Free collection from Rimmel and also a few other new products, personally new to me as well, and give you my overall thoughts, what it looks like on my skin. So let's get started. So we're going to kickstart off with using a primer. Sometimes I don't use a primer, sometimes I do use a primer. It just all depends what I want the overall finish to be like. And this one has been around for quite a while. So this is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. I really wanted to try their Mint Melt Cooling Primer, as I've heard so many good reviews, and I've also heard that it's a really good dupe for the, is it the Milk Hydra Grip, because it's really well known for being a sticky primer, and when it comes to covering any sort of like acne or pigmentation, it's really good to have a sticky primer, because then obviously your foundation sticks onto your skin and it just gives you better coverage. But I have also heard that this one is really good for being a little bit tacky as well, so we're gonna try it out. This one is definitely a cooling primer, which I expected anyway, because it's sort of like a jelly consistency. So it's definitely getting very tacky. The formula is really nice. It glides on the skin beautifully. It's very cooling on the skin, so if you do find that you are having sort of like an aggravated skin day, then this would be absolutely perfect in just sort of soothing the area. So on to one of the first Rimmel products. I think the whole collection is made up of like 4 face products, like makeup products, and also 2 nail varnishes as well, but obviously in today's video we're only going to be testing out the makeup. And the first one is the Kind and Free Moisturizing Skin Tint Foundation. I'm just going to take some of this onto the back of my hand. It's definitely more of a liquid formula, and this is in the shade Rose Ivory. I believe they have 12 shades in total, which for a skin tint isn't that bad, but for a foundation that's not the greatest. It's quite nice. It doesn't feel thick at all. So this is what it looks like on the skin. I would definitely say it's lightweight, and I would probably say it's definitely buildable in regards to coverage. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'm just going to apply another layer just to sort of see what it looks like on my skin. The only thing that I would sort of mention is that it definitely comes away with brush marks. Whether or not that's down to my technique of sort of like dabbing it and stippling it into the skin, I'm not quite sure, but there's definitely a lot of brush marks. So what I think I might do is I might just quickly go over it with a sponge and see if it can get rid of any of the brush marks. So applying the second layer and just doing a quick little investigation of the skin, I I feel like it's definitely added a little bit more coverage, not much, but adding the second layer, I feel like it's definitely sunken into the areas where I'm suffering with the most textural issues and the most scarring. I can definitely see that it's sort of separated a little bit just here. And then I think using a sponge compared to a brush, I would definitely say that maybe this is the sort of product that you use with a sponge, especially if you do have combination skin and you're sort of having to deal with what it looks like on your oilier patches, what it looks like on your dry patches, and you just want everything to sort of like match. I would definitely go ahead and use a sponge. So going in with the concealer, this is their hydrating concealer. I'm going to apply this all over my face. And I think I'm going to start off with applying it underneath my eye. I'm not sure I like the size of this dofer. It's actually really small. And for someone that has a face full of acne and pigmentation, I definitely need a bigger dofer than this, like a bigger applicator. Okay, I feel like the more I touch it, the more it sort of picks up the foundation. So I feel like very minimal blending is needed here. I'm definitely having issues. And even when I use my sponge, again, it's picking up the product from my top lip. So I am just going to set my face before I apply any sort of other product. I was going to use my everyday setting powder, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and use their powder. So this is the Healthy Look pressed powder, and with the powder I generally thought that this was the only type of powder that they sold, because it was the only one that was in the store. So this is their translucent shade, but I have found out that they do actually do, I think it's like 5, maybe 6 other shades. So I definitely copped out on this one. I definitely got robbed. I generally thought this was the only one available because it was the only one there. Okay, this is a very loose powder. I am going to be applying a cream blush, which if I was to do that I wouldn't really set my face, but my face looks so oily at the moment, and I'm not sure if it's the skincare I use today or just my skin in general today, or if it's these products. I really don't know. My skin just looks extra dewy. Let's not say greasy. My skin looks extra dewy today, but it seems to be doing the job just fine. So I'm now going to apply a blush. I don't actually have any new products to try when it comes to blush. I'm going to go in with the Barry M Fresh Face Cheek and Lip Tint. If you did watch my last video of first impressions with this, it just hardly amounted to anything. However, I have now gone on to keep using it because there's no point in wasting a product. I'm going to use it anyway, even if I don't like it. And I found that the more product that I use, so I do tend to go very overboard with blush, I find that if I use a lot more of the product, then it looks a lot nicer and the pigment's coming through. So this is in the shade Caramel Kisses. It's really, really nice, especially for this time of year. I definitely feel like I like to go a little bit deeper with my tones this time of year. And I'm just going to apply this. So as you can see, I have definitely added way too much, but it is very blendable. And I feel like if I were to add any less, then it just would not come up whatsoever. So I feel like definitely adding more than you need to is the way to go with this tint. I will do a close-up of my skin at the end just so you can sort of see what it looks like. But even after applying the powder, I feel like I'm still having a little bit of issues with separation. So moving on to the eyebrows, I picked up a new pencil. This is the Gosh eyebrow pencil. One end you have the sort of like comb spoolie. The other end is definitely your generic eyebrow pencil, and I don't really like picking these up because they're always like too hard on the skin. So yeah, I really don't know what I'm gonna feel about this, but this is in the shade brown. So this isn't as bad as I thought. Usually when it comes to eyebrow pencils, I feel like I'm dragging my skin and it really hurts, but this actually feels really nice, and it's creamy as well. The only thing I would say about this though is because it is quite a creamy formula, and obviously the pencil doesn't stay sharp forever, I feel like when you're first applying it you get like a really nice defined line, but then as you go on the line gets thicker. So I feel like that's the only issue with like any sort of cream pencils. And then the eyebrow gel is not a new product. This is just the Collection Incredibrow Tinted Brow Gel. Absolutely love this. Okay, eyebrows complete, face complete. I'm now going to move on to mascara, but before I do that I'm just going to quickly curl my lashes because my lashes are just, as I keep saying, a poor excuse for lashes. The mascara that they have is a volumizing and conditioning mascara with shea butter. So it promises to volumize and also lengthen the lashes. I hate testing out new mascaras because my natural lashes are just they're not lashes, okay? They're not the prettiest of lashes. I feel like I have hardly any of them. They're limp, they have natural gaps in them, so I feel like any mascara that I try definitely has their work cut out for them. So yeah, I always get really nervous when it comes to trying a mascara. So this is definitely a thinner brush. I really like brushes like these though because they're just the really nice bristles. This definitely does not clump, and I feel like for the first time in ages you can actually see that I have mascara on my lashes. I definitely feel like it's lengthened the bottom lashes really well. And then last but not least, I'm just going to apply a lip product. I don't have anything new, so this is just the L'Oreal Colour Rich Ultra Matte in No Dictat, I think it's called. I'm not quite sure. Again, this is a really nice deep colour. So this is the finished look. I will do a quick close-up of what my skin looks like. Even from this distance you can definitely tell that you can see my textural issues, and you can also still see a bit of my pigmentation as well, but just bringing you in a little bit closer. So the textural issues I have is here and a little bit here as well. In regards to the foundation, I definitely feel like it's separated here and here, and it didn't matter how much sort of like powder I used. There's still that oiliness going on. So that is it for today's video of testing new drugstore makeup. I definitely feel like overall my favourite products were the primer. The eyebrow pencil definitely surprised me, as did the mascara. I feel like, yeah, I feel like out of this whole entire look, the primer definitely impressed me the most, and I'm definitely excited to sort of give that go again and to see what it's like with my other products as well. But I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Do comment down below if you've tried any of these products before and what your first impressions or what your overall thoughts and opinions are. I would absolutely love to know. If you don't already and you've been loving my videos, I would absolutely love for you to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell as well so you know when my next next videos are coming, and I will see you next week in a brand new video.